ask you a question though. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Hey guys, back. All right. 210. Hey, it's Natasha with the 3210 podcast and YouTube Vibe Media for housing and producing into Latino Podcast Network for having your network. Guys, if you're watching, go listen. If you're listening, go watch. Either way, like, subscribe, go to YouTube, do all the things, and check out this guest that I have this week. You can either listen to her, which is fantastic, or you can see her because she's super cute. So yeah, please introduce yourself.
Hola, mi gente. That was really fast. You said all that so fast.
Yeah.
Hola, mi gente. It's Christy Ward, Kward210. What it do? Thank you so much, Natasha, for having me on.
Yeah. I saw that. Okay, so I love that you changed your name though. Like I was like, okay, Kward210.
I made it my DBA.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not doing too much, but I do it for fun.
But it's like this is gonna be your brand now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love that.
And it all started because my husband gave me that as a gamer tag name for his Xbox like years ago. And then my son's friends started calling me that, Kward210, Kward210. So then I just made it that.
Nice.
Like, okay. So I'm not taking credit for it. I'll give the credit to where the credit's due.
Yeah. No, I love that. We're both 210s. Okay, so let's talk about you.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, let's start with like most recent.
Yes.
So you're currently campaigning for
Yes.
Riverwalk Royalty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I can be like you, my girl. Yes. Riverwalk Royalty for 2025. It just started this month, July 1st, and it's going pretty good. My first event's going to be this month on the 21st, and I have my second event lined up already. It's going to be a Loteria night, September 26th, I believe, at the Aiden.
Nice.
Yeah, so I still got to get the October one.
Okay, so maybe a silly question.
Yes.
But people would ask me all the time, are you going for the crown?
I wouldn't mind if I got the crown, but okay. Answer this though.
Yeah.
So people have said the queen has more mandatory places to be at. Is that true? No. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, of course, I would like the queen crown, but it would be cute to get the duchess so Brenda can pass it down to me because, Alyssa passed it down to her, and then for her to pass it down to me. But I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter what I get crowned. If people don't know, it's all for a good cause. We're raising money for college scholarships. So I'm doing good and also making more of a brand for myself. So regardless of, how it turns out, I'm still there. I still get to go to all the events regardless of what crown I wear.
No, it's true.
But I am trying to raise as much money as I can. So please go follow me and help me out.
Yeah, I don't think people realize it's not like, I used to get annoyed, I'll be really honest, when people are like, oh, how do I vote for you? Like, it's not a vote.
Yeah.
Or $1's a vote. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, so every dollar counts. And it literally came down to that.
Correct.
Like, I was going into I was going into the office to turn in my money because I think it was due at like 5:30. And I was like, the fuck? I'm going to be the last one to turn in my money. So I showed up at 5:15. And I was like, am I the last one? They're like, yeah. And I was like,
you're like standing there waiting for more people to deposit money?
No, and they were. People were like on the way there. People were sending me money.
Nice.
And so every dollar counts. And so I ended up winning, for people that don't know. But it's all money based. So because people are like, oh, is it a pageant? Did you have to answer questions? Is it like a beauty thing? Like, no, but thank you.
Yeah. But you're welcome.
Yeah. But no, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
Yep. Yeah. Do you have a team?
Yes and no. It's not. I have a few friends that have been helping me here and there, but I don't have like a consistent team. But then that's also on me for not getting, how scheduling is.
Yeah.
So yes, I have Samantha from, she does, she always gets mad because I get the name wrong. Elite Business Events, Samantha Guajardo, she's been helping me. Alyssa, I've been trying to get something scheduled with Alyssa because she wants to help with the October event. And then, Maritza. So I met Maritza through Dwayne Roundtree, which has his own company. I interviewed him. She's his social media marketing person. And he introduced me to her so that she can help me like strategize. And then we just like clicked.
Yeah.
So now I have I'm partnering with her and I'm going to be helping her kind of like freelancing or collaboration. where she'll be sending some business to me to do some stuff under her marketing firm, which is cool. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody who's helping me. I've had an amazing support from some of my ILEA members for donations and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, I believe I can help now because I'm not current. So when we were current, we weren't allowed to.
Yeah, I think it's still like that.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well,
right,
I don't know, I don't care, let me know.
Yeah. Well, no, but like you're not current, so it's
right.
Fine. Yeah,
but let me know how to like support you.
Oh yeah.
And I'm more than happy to. And I've told all the well, I don't know who's running now, but I told like last year, like tell me what events you have, send me flyers, tag me in flyers, like I'll share all of it. Like I of course, like actually the girls, I know like all of y'all, I think. Yeah. And so I'm like, oh, okay, because I can't root for just one.
No,
but I want to, but I can't.
And like there's another girl there, like I know Annette. I've met her a couple of times with Brenda. She's a very sweet person, but Melissa Gonzalez, like I know her.
She's running?
Yeah, she's running. She owns her own company, Project Permitting, and so she got one of her friends to run for King, and so they're doing really good together. But she's got a really good team helping her, but I'm still going to support her, and she supports me. In fact, we're even talking about having an event together, a Zubathon. Yeah. So yeah, like I mean, I'm not the jealous type for things like that. I'm, like I said, all the money we raise goes towards the scholarships. Right. So, the more the better, and the more support for any of us, the better. Yeah. I mean, I want them to cut a big check for these scholarships for these, upcoming students. So, yeah. I mean, right now my daughter's, financial aid doesn't cover everything. So, right. I get that. I think my Royals, we broke the record of like I remember
money
them telling me.
by like 20 something thousand. Dang. But what's awesome is that the fall or this current year, like they broke our record. Yeah. So then hopefully like you guys break our record, or that this current record, like, and it just keeps going up and up, because then you're just helping more people. Yeah. And
I
more
hope
kids.
So. Yeah. Yeah, because I know one of them, she's in marketing. She does the marketing for La Panaderia. So I mean, there's some pretty talented individuals that are running. Yeah.
So what exactly do you do in the city?
So right now I'm working with the Greater San Antonio Chamber of Commerce. I'm in their membership team. And so basically I speak to business owners, find out what it is that they are expecting or needing from the chamber, any way that we can be a resource to them. Sometimes it's not a good fit, sometimes it is. That's why we, consult and find out what it is that they do. The chamber does a lot of advocacy in different ways, and we're also a lobbying group as well. A lot of people don't know that. So we lobby in person twice a year, and some of our VPs do amazing things with the military, the community, education, all that stuff. On the side, I do some content creating. That's my passion. Not probably. That is my passion, is social media, content creating. Probably because I always wanted to be an actress. So I love being in front of the camera, but I absolutely love doing content for other people. So like Brenda, when she was running for Riverwalk, I did a lot of her content that she posted. I kept up with her when it was like big events. So when she got crowned, I was there and I made something for her. And just stuff like that for me is fun. It all started with TikTok, and then little by little I started learning a little more. I'm still learning. Like there's so much to learn when it comes to that. What applications to use to help with your editing, when to post, what time to post, like, all that stuff. Yeah. And so Maritza's helping me with that too, because she knows a lot of like the background, right, the analytical and all that stuff. So I think going back to that, we're gonna be a good partnership. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Yeah. And then I finally sit on the board of an organization, my first board position with ILEA. I'm the Director of Communications. Thank you. And then I'm also on the marketing committee for SAMA, San Antonio Manufacturers Association. I love that organization. They do so much good, and they bring so much awareness to what our city and the surrounding areas do for manufacturers. Yeah, that's work-wise.
It's a lot.
It is. But you know, my kids are grown. They're adults. They're in their 20s. Truly, the only responsibility I have is my grandma, because we're all her caregiver. And I say all because my kids help, my husband helps, and my best friend Denise, she helps too. She takes her to appointments when I can't go. But yeah, so for the most part, I really don't have anybody that's depending on me the way younger kids would, right? So it's nice to have the freedom to be able to do things. I'm just really enjoying engaging with the San Antonio community. Like, I'm from Corpus Christi, but I've been telling people I freaking love the 210.
Yeah.
Like, I have met so many amazing people here, so many good connections. Like, when I met you, that's when I had no idea what Riverwalk Royalty was. You know, I met you and Alyssa, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. One day I want to do that.
Yeah.
And now here I am. So,
yeah.
And then all the good things that people like you do. So yeah, I mean, when we got to know each other, and you told me, you know, that you were one of the nurses in New York for COVID, and I was like, wow, yeah. I know a nurse that was in New York for COVID. Like, that's some badass shit. Yeah, so, you know, just get yourself out there is what I would tell people, because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what they're going to do for you, or vice versa.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, networking is huge. And, like, it really is true. Like, your network is your net worth.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, because it's true.
Make that real bold.
Yeah. That's going to be the title of the,
I know.
of the episode. No, but it's true. And, like, because I've been doing this for years now.
Yeah.
And so it took, like, one of my friends who's been doing it for decades to be like, Natasha, do you realize your network? And I was like, no. I was like, no, they're my friends. You guys are my friends. And she's like, no, ma'am. Like, sit back and think about it from, like, on a professional standpoint, like who you actually know. And, like, it's literally, like, touching every aspect of the city. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Because to me, I'm like, I'm just being me. I'm just forging relationships.
And that's, like, when people tell me, you know, God, you know so many people, like, you're so well connected. And I'm like, am I? I know that I'm getting there, but I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm there yet. But so speaking of that, when I talk to people, so, like, when I do, you know, the promotion, I forgot to say that I'm also an event promoter.
Yes.
Now
yes.
That's new. But so when I talk to, you know, some of these industries who are needing that, or an influencer or anything like that, and I'm asking you, like, right, like, you know, I mention you to them. And I say, you're going to see, you know, her and I don't have a huge following on Instagram. However, the following that we have is of substance because of the people who follow us.
Exactly.
So we may not have a huge following on, you know, some of our platforms. However, the people that follow us have huge following.
Yes.
And have, you know, that type of like connection to bigger things.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell people too, like, stop looking at numbers.
Yep.
Like, I tell my business owner friends, like, you can buy followers now. Like, look at their interactions.
Yeah.
Look at, you know, how many likes. If they have 50,000 followers and 100 likes, the math doesn't math. Yeah. That's not even girl math. You know what I mean? Shit doesn't, it doesn't match.
It's not about followers anymore.
No,
it's about
not.
the engagement.
Right.
You know, and that's what I was struggling with on, you know, starting to charge people for some of the things that I do, because I would say, well, I don't really have a lot of followers on Instagram yet, or this, and then I got so many influencers, you know, that you and I both know, saying it doesn't matter how many followers you have, like, you're still doing a job, you're talented at it, so charge what you're supposed to be charging. And I'm like, okay.
I struggle with that so much.
I know.
And, like, even, I mean, to this day, people are like, no, like, don't be dumb. Like, you have to charge.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I know. And that's what you were telling me the last time when I was like, hey, I have this other person. So,
but it's hard for me to like say that. Like, even the conversation we had recently, I was like, do I say it? Do I not say it? Do I say it? Do I not say it?
No, we need to say it.
But then I'm like, because I also am so big on, like, not wanting to miss opportunities.
Right.
That, like, do I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I or do I not?
Well, and that's where the conversation goes for, like, you know, trade outs, right?
Oh,
like,
for sure.
You know, like this one that I'm doing is giving me tickets, and they're letting me give away tickets to grow following, because they need more followers too, since this is a brand new event to San Antonio. By the way, quick plug: tacos and tequila at Retama Park, October 5th.
Yes.
So, and it's gonna be so nostalgic with all the the artists that they're gonna have on stage there. They're even gonna have luchadores. They're having a Chihuahua pageant.
Oh my God.
How freaking cute is that? And I think the Humane Society is going to be out there doing like live adoptions.
Cute.
They're going to have lowriders, like those, cool cars. It's like a whole festival. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited about that. But like speaking with them, that's a big company, and that's a big promotional company. I think they're based out of Kansas, and they have been giving me so many compliments and hyping me up, and to the point where now they're like, okay, we had a meeting, we spoke to our president, we really want to pay you like monetary for this, because you've been such an instrumental like part in our planning.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, awesome. They're like, we just need to figure out how. And I almost said, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
No, I stopped myself, and I'm like, you know what, let them give you what they're gonna give you.
Yeah.
Like, this is probably one of the biggest ones that I have worked with, and I we're confident in so many other areas in our life. Why can't we be confident in that?
I think because
we are here and there.
Yeah, I think because there's so like, I'm confident in what I do and what I bring to the table, right?
Yeah.
But it's the like putting a number on my worth.
Yeah.
That's really hard for me.
Do you think it's like, okay, so this is my thing. I think it's because for me, and I'm in sales, and you would think, I used to be a manager in retail stores, and I would tell my team, don't sell from your own pocket, right? And then, so sometimes I feel like maybe I do it, and I just did it again today. There's somebody that, Maritza has, and she's going to be doing like a landing page for her for this event. And I told her, I said, yeah, like send me your stuff and I'll share it. I promote events. And she was like, oh, well, how much are you going to charge? And I was like, don't worry about it. It's okay. Nothing. Like,
yeah.
And then I shot myself in the foot. I'm like, why? Here you go. Like, you just started, event promoting. You have to charge. But, she's a minority, and so was I. And I grew up, not with, my mom worked 2 jobs. She was a single mom. So I think that's where the mentality comes from, was like, because I just want to help these people. Like, if I know they have the money, I might not be so like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. No, I'm gonna be like, pay me my money.
Yeah.
But I think for me, I think maybe that like is stuck in my head, as far as like when I tell people, oh, don't worry about it. Or like, typically I'll charge $150 to $250 for a video, and sometimes I'll undercut myself and be like, oh, it's okay. Well, for you, like 75, or it's like, why do I keep doing that? And I've like thought about it. I think that's why. Yeah. Because I want to help people get to where they want to be, and I don't want to be taking, what's going to help them get there.
And I think that's my struggle too, like, is the same thing. Like, I just want to help. And then especially like being a business owner, and being minority, and being, Latina, whatever, like from Latina to Latina, right? Like, I want to help you.
Yeah.
And like, we need to help each other out. So like, yeah, like I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to like throw my name out there, like in the future to like maybe bigger clients or whatever, and then like help get me paid, then yeah, of course. But I think too, that's part of networking as well, is just like, you know what, fuck it. Like, I'll bite the bullet. I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
I'll put in the work, and hopefully you see it, and hopefully you will hire me next time, or you'll, say my name in a room I'm not in, which is huge too.
Yep.
Which is you do that all the time, and I appreciate it so much. Yeah. Like, every time you call me out, I feel like I'm at something or doing something, but I'm like, wait, I'm like, oh my God, like, I love that, because you call me for that. And
well, because I know how much good you do. I know the steps that you've taken. And, that one night at the ILEA event, you and I got pretty, up close and personal with some of our stories.
Yeah.
And so after that, even more, Natasha, I wanted to do it. Like, all the energy that you're putting into the things that you do, and you have fun doing it, but there's a lot of good that's coming from it. So, of course, like, I'm always going to uplift anybody in general, but especially our fellow Latinas. Like,
yeah,
you know, for women, it's hard to begin with. And I'm never going to talk down on anybody. And if I say anything negative, I'm going to say it to you. Sure. So that we can, you know, okay, well, hey, look, I think you're struggling in this. Like, that's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. And let's talk about it. Like, how can we make you better in this and that? Or whatever it may be. I just want everyone, every woman to succeed, for especially sure. Moms.
Yes.
You know, and when I found out, like, you had the 2 young kids and everything that you do, like, girl, you know, like, it's hard. Yeah. It's hard for a female to begin with, but it's even harder for a mom. Yeah. And a wife. Like, you have a whole family depending on you for so many things. And for you to take your energy and go give it to other people to still do good things, why wouldn't I say your name in a room that you're not in? Right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And it helps that you're pretty.
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate that.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're beautiful.
No, but
So you agree? You think you're really pretty?
Yeah. I just, I love seeing anyone do their best to be better and do better. Yeah. Like, I tell people, I'm running for Riverwalk Royalty, you know, because we're raising money. But side note, let's be honest, I'm also doing it for myself. Sure. I want to make more of a name for my brand. Mm-hmm. I want people to know who I am, because the more people I know, the more people I can help. Yep. Like, I absolutely love making connections for people. Yeah. If I know somebody that someone else needs, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I got that person. Yeah, yeah. So for me, that's big. For me, that's huge. And I just feel like the universe and Diosito will, you know, little by little, trickling in, will start, you know, showing gratitude to me for the things that I've done. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah. Because I feel you're doing it for the right reasons. Yeah. Like, of course, we all have, like, that little inner, like, well, yeah, I want money. I mean, I don't even call it selfish. Like, it's a job. Yeah. It's for sure. You know, so you're doing it for the right reasons. Your heart's in the right place. And, like, that's what matters. Yeah. And people will see that. And because of that, people gravitate towards you. Mm-hmm. And then they'll start doing what you're doing, which is dropping your name. And, no, hold on. Christy, like, I got you. Like, I love that. And then you, in turn, like, you turn back and you're like, all right, guys, let's go. Like, this door's open for me. Let's go. Like, now it's open for y'all. I make money. You make money. Yeah. Yeah. You eat. I eat. Yeah. There you go. I like that one better. Yeah. I like eating. Tacos. Same. I know I'm hungry. Yeah. Well, I'm hungry. I've been doing all this, like, good dieting. In fact, I'm making content about it today. Today's the first day that I'm going to start drinking lemon water in the morning. Okay. And then I had my greens, mix. And then I had 6 hard-boiled eggs, like the whites, just the whites. Waited. Well, after the lemon water, you're supposed to wait 30 minutes to an hour before you drink coffee or eat anything. So I did that. So, yeah, I'm doing all that. Like, I've lost 18 pounds. Nice. And so, you know, I'm 44. I'm going to be 45 in February. Like, I want to make sure. Wow. I want to make sure that I'm, like, you know, that's okay. It's okay. I know I told you I was 62. It's okay. I want to make sure I'm healthy for my grandkids. Like, I mean, no, that's probably a long ways out, but man, like, it got to the point where I used to be so active, and, like, I stopped for a while, and then it's like I all I did was bend over and pick something up, and I pulled something. I said, oh, chingao, ¿qué está pasando ahorita? And so I'm like, all right, no, like, I need to get in shape, because I have, like, herniated discs, and oh my God. So I'm in pain all the time. It's from all the twerking. I think twerking and cheering. Yeah. Well, that too. Like, I was still, when I was working out the last time, I was still doing my cheerleading jumps, and the neurosurgeon told me stop, because that's, like, you can't be putting that pressure on your spine anymore. And I'm like, oh, what if I lose the weight? Then can I do it? But no. So that, you know, that, and just feeling good. Like, I hate feeling lethargic, and you know, the older I get, the more I'm noticing with, like, the hormones and stuff changing. Mm-hmm. And you know, I bite my husband's head off, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't know, that wasn't me. You know, okay. So it's a lot of that. I know a lot of that has to do with, like, the hormones. And so
You're
kind
going
of,
to,
studying, like researching. I think so, because I had, sorry if this is TMI for people, but I had a partial hysterectomy in my late 20s. So, I haven't been a ketchup packet for a long time. That's what my son says. So I thought it was cute, and I like it. So
must be nice.
It is nice. But at the same time, like, it does kind of suck, because I've probably been going through perimenopause for who knows how long. Maybe I'm in premenopause already, but I just watched this podcast, and when people see this, if anybody wants to chime in and send me some info, please do. But so there was this doctor on a podcast, and she said when they're going through medical school, that they only get like an hour or two of menopause education. Like, that's it. Like, do you know how long we are in any like state of menopause? We're in menopause for years, peri, pre, all that, right? And you're only taking an hour or two to study that. Like, we are losing bone density, we're losing hair, we're losing hormones. So many things are happening to us, and no, who's doing anything about it? Like, help us. Insurance won't pay for hormones for us. Like, we need hormone therapy at a certain age, and insurance won't pay for it. Like, that's crazy. So you're saying I have to struggle and live my life in brain fog, tired, everything that goes on. Just Google cranky, what happens to us. Flashes. Yeah, like, can I get more doctors to change that and help us out? Like,
also, men go through a form of menopause.
Yeah, they lose testosterone.
By the way.
Yep.
I don't even think that we should be paying for tampons. Like, I didn't ask to be here. I didn't ask to be a girl. Didn't ask to have a period.
Yeah.
This is not like by choice. So,
freaking Eve, man.
I know.
She started it.
Way to go, bro. Way to bite the apple.
Me and my daughter were just talking about that. She's so mad about it. She's like, freaking Mother Nature.
No,
so
seriously.
Funny.
It's ghetto here. Yeah. I'm literally making shirts and hats.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to do it.
Yes.
So it's like Earth is ghetto.
Yeah.
It is.
It should.
It was 0 out of 10. Don't
I'll
recommend.
Buy one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Oh, man.
I'll make my husband buy one, too.
Perfect. Thank you. Support. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
So speaking of, you talked about the fact that you have kids and your husband. Like, how's your husband taking on this new role of yours? Because it's not just you. Right. It affects him too.
Okay. So at first he did struggle with it.
Yeah.
Sorry, corazón. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
At first he did struggle with it because, I was gone a lot. I wasn't home. And now, though, bless you.
Sorry.
Now that he's doing what he's doing, because he just started working for a luxury custom home builder, GJ Gardner.
Oh, nice.
And so now, he has to network. He has to get his name out there. He has to start utilizing his social media platform. So now he's going with me to all these things.
Nice.
And he's enjoying it.
Good.
I think I'm seeing a different side of my husband that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
He's always had a passion for real estate. He tried getting his real estate license one time. He didn't do too bad on the test, but didn't go back and try it again after the second. He took it twice. And so now, that he's gotten what his passion has been, there's always been two things that I know my husband's been passionate about since we started dating. One is real estate. Since the get-go, he's always talked about it. And number two is sports. Like, he loves, all throughout high school, when the kids were in high school, like my son, my daughter, they had friends who were in football, basketball. Our kids played basketball. He trained them. Like, he's just such a good coach. He's such a good mentor. And his analytical skills for reading the court, reading the field, all that stuff, like, he's really good. He could be a coach if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But he's not taking steps towards that. Anyway, he's doing really well in, this new luxury custom home build. And so he needs to go with me to all these events. He has changed a little bit. And I'm loving the new Ricky because he's now more confident. He feels good, and he's initiating, you know, conversations on his own. And I'm like, okay, babe, I'll be back. I'm gonna go talk to this person. He's like, yeah, okay. And he's talking to this, you know, whoever it is, and I'm like, yeah, do it, babe. So God willing, he's going to be selling his first. Well, it's not really a home. It's going to be a pool house with a pool, which is pretty cool. Yeah. And so he's loving that. And all I'm doing is trying to get his name out there a little bit more, Ricky Ward. And so I'm enjoying doing his social media stuff for him. Like, I've made a couple of flyers for them. I love his boss. She's an amazing person, also a Latina. Only 32 with 2 kids. Her and her husband own that franchise in Bernie, Maxine and Joel, and she's a realtor and a broker, and then he does the architectural and construction part of it as well.
So perfect pair.
Right?
Yeah.
I know, I'm saying. But a lot of people don't know about that builder, DJ Gardner. They're fairly new to the States and to Texas, but they are very successful. In fact, I just read a news article that one of their other franchises in Florida is helping Gary Sinise build homes for veterans.
Dang.
That is badass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'd like to bring some, I say we, I don't even work for them, but you know, we'd like to bring that here as well, because Maxine, her husband's a veteran, and they do a lot of work with the veteran community, especially there in Bernie. So I see good things coming from them, and I think Ricky's in the right spot right now.
Yeah.
And the kids are doing amazing. Aaron got his full-time job now, and he's doing good there. He's loving the money. He's always said, Mom, I'm not a college person. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you don't go to college, you're going to have to get either like some sort of certification, license, blah, blah, blah. So he's doing that. And then Alyssa just got accepted a couple of months ago into the physical therapy assistant program at St. Philip's. She's been working so hard towards this, so I'm so excited for her to start the program.
Yeah.
They're both on their fitness journeys too. We all go to church now. Before we worked retail, so we couldn't, you know, we would work on Sundays, but now the whole family goes to church, and I look forward to church. Like, it just brings me so much peace. And then it kind of sets the mood, and, you know, for the rest of the week. So, yeah. So I love that. My son goes to a different church with his girlfriend, and Alyssa will sometimes go with him. This last time she came with us. So it doesn't matter where you go, we're going, and, you know, we're praise and worship, and, you know, we're doing what we can to stay positive and be good people.
Yeah.
It's the best you can do. But I'm always telling them, like, you need to do better. Do better than doing your best, because doing your best is not enough. I don't know. Anyone can object with me on that, but
yeah, like, break that down for me when you say that.
So many people say, I'm doing my best, but are you really? You know, I'm doing my best to stop eating sweets, but am I really? No, I just had Swiss roll the other night in bed. That's what I mean. Like, don't do your best, do better. So when you're saying you're doing your best, really mean it and do better. Like, the little times in weakness, like, if it was a Saturday or a Sunday, only one of those days, and I had the Swiss roll, then okay. But to have it during a weeknight, when I told myself I'm going to stay away from sweets for the Monday through Friday thing, like, that's not me doing my best. So that's what I mean, I guess, if that's a good example.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely about, like, self-awareness, but then also having self-control. And I think that's the hardest thing in anything.
But I love icing.
Girl.
Yeah. You know, I used to say the same thing about alcohol, and now, like, I do really, I've cut down a lot, so much that now if I have like one or 1.5 drinks, I'm like, woohoo, I feel it. So now I'm a cheap date.
Yeah, I'm like, speaking of.
I know. I cut down. I don't drink during the week.
Or during the day. Cheers.
Cheers, comadre. Comadrita.
All right.
Just kidding, it's lemonade. Hers has liquor, mine is lemonade. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's a strong lemonade.
Está caliente.
That's liquor.
A little bit of liquor. Don't play music.
Oh, yeah. So we'll both start twerking.
Full transparency, yes.
Yeah, and you won second place in the twerk contest.
Yeah,
at
didn't
my Halloween
the guy
party.
win? I think a guy won first place.
Pretty sure that was Albert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah. Honestly, though, we rolled the footage back, and I was like, yeah, he was doing this like bounce thing like off the ground. So I was like,
Oh my God.
dressed as a full bush.
Oh, that is hilarious.
So, yeah.
I gotta watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Actually, this is like super random. It doesn't pertain to the podcast, but I just want to talk to you. So one of my really good friends, Hey Sugar, she's the one that does all of my events.
Oh yeah. I met her.
Yeah, so she was my like essentially campaign manager. Like she's my event planner.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. So if you want to get with her, she's gonna go like full throttle. She's gonna like she would tell me like, ma'am, this is where it's gonna be. This is the time. I need you to wear this. I need you to show up and do this. And literally took care of everything. So if it wasn't for her, I don't think I would have won.
If I can have somebody do that, then yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Oh my God. But she loves it. Like, and she goes all out, and she's so meticulous with details. I mean, yeah, it's just amazing.
I know who you're talking about because I've met her a few times that when she's been with you. So So because wasn't she there? Or no, maybe she wasn't. Anyway, but I know I have met her. I know who you're talking about because I follow her too.
Yes. Yeah, I would say get with her for sure.
Help me.
Help me. But she is throwing an event, like shameless plug to September 8th.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a Beetlejuice theme, and it's gonna be at Bar America. So she's gonna go like full Beetlejuice. Like I already know. So yeah.
Okay.
So definitely come. Yeah. But I'll connect y'all.
Yes, thank you for sure.
Yeah. We need to make that happen.
Yeah. April did Beetlejuice. She was the secretary, right?
We were all Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah.
No, we were all Tim Burton. Wait. So I was Edward Scissorhands.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I can't wait for the new movie. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked.
I know. Me too.
ADD.
Yeah.
Yep. So you were actually really big, or really into or affiliated with our local team,
Brahmas. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about that.
I absolutely love those people.
Yeah.
So I guess you can say it all started because they're one of our members, and I inherited the account or the profile, and I had gone to some of the games in before, like the first season. And I got to know one of the guys, Shane. He's part of the ticket sale team because he became an ambassador. So I was an ambassador with him, and because I wasn't working at the chamber quite yet. And I told him, I said, hey, if you guys need any, content, or if you need an influencer, like I'm your girl, right?
Yeah.
Like, we were just at our ambassador happy hour, and we were talking, and I was like, dude, me and my husband, like, we love football, we love sports, like, we go to every UTSA game too. This is the first year we've had season tickets now, but we're still at every home game.
Yeah.
And so he's like, yeah. He goes, yeah, let me talk to them. He goes, that would be great. Like, we need some local, influencing. And I said, okay, cool. So. But it was quite a bit away from the season. So then I get to know a few more of them from ticket sales. I start going to the games because the chamber, we have our own season tickets. And so little by little, like, I started, filming, getting content here and there. I went to the tailgating, met some cool people, like Jorge, which is the mariachi, he's the unofficial mascot for the Brahmas. Cool ass dude. He's my compadre now. Like, I freaking love him, his wife, his son. And so this whole like Brahma fan group is so freaking amazing. Like, they are so supportive of one another. If you show up and they don't know you, and you show up at the tailgating, they don't need to know you. They're going to be like, hey, you want a drink? Hey, you want some food? And they go off with the spread there.
Dang.
Like, it's a full-on plate, like everything. Yeah. Whether it's wings, fajita, brisket, like, they do some, they just throw out some amazing stuff out there. So little by little, I started doing more. They gave me a field pass one time for, I think it was the first game, to get some content to throw out there to get some more people in the seats. Yeah. And yeah, so I mean, unofficially, I'm their I am their influencer. And I do like the social media, like I don't get paid for it, so it's not a paid gig.
Yeah.
However, you know, there's other things that are rewarding for me for that.
For sure.
So it's just been so much fun, and it kind of got me into the mindset where like, oh, I think I want to do more sports content. So now I'm one of my he's like family. He's one of the coaches for UTSA, and so I was like, hey, can I come out there and, you know, during practice and grab some content? I want to start practicing with how I'm going to throw content out there. And he's like, yeah, for sure. He's like, well, we already have our people. And I was like, no, I'm not trying to make money. Like, I just want to practice. Like, I'm not charging anybody. Obviously, like, this is just for me to work with. Like, I want to see what I'm going to do with the content, how I'm going to film it. Because I do everything from my phone. It's a Samsung S24 Ultra.
Yeah.
So we have some really good resolution, the lighting. Like, there's so many little things that I can tweak to my camera settings. I don't need the fancy camera.
Yeah.
Unless somebody wants to buy it for me, then okay. But so the Brahmas kind of got me started with that idea. So that's all new for me. I'm gonna do it again for the Brahmas this upcoming season. You know, we did so good this past season, and
I know.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And the numbers of the seats that were filled in the Alamo Dome were so much better than the previous. So we want to do our best to get more people. Like, we need more of San Antonio to show up to these games because, guys, they are so much fun. Like, and I will highly, highly advise, go early so you can go to the tailgating. Yeah. Because, you know, puedes poner peda before the game. You can get all the food in your belly, you know, like. Man,
girl, I'm telling you, just tell me when and where. Yeah. And I want to help. I want to help support them. I want to help push them.
It's so much fun.
Because, like, while you and I have, like, a similar following, the whole point in, like, recruiting more influencers or content creators is, like, there, even if it's that one person who doesn't know you or doesn't know me or whatever, who sees it, it's like, oh, what? We have a team? I want to go to that. Yeah. Then they bring their friends, their family, their whatever, like.
And that's how it goes.
I'm more than happy to help.
Dude, people sleep. And sorry, I'm about to get a little passionate here.
Do it.
People sleep on social media marketing. Companies. Like, Nike has influencers. You know, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. All these huge name brands who you think, you know, why do they need influencers? They're already a huge brand. No, right? Like, yes, they are a huge brand. However, they know that they can get more from social media. Right. And social media marketing, when you look at the pricing for that, paying influencers or even paying for a campaign or anything like that, and then you compare it to, you know, what, you know, typical traditional marketing costs, like whether it's commercial. Oh yeah. If you're into social media marketing or sales, either one, making a brand for yourself, a brand name, I highly, highly, highly advise that you read Gary Vee's books, because I've read a couple of his and I've learned quite a bit just from reading his books. So those are amazing to read, and he gives some pretty good advice and pretty good ideas to kind of help you jumpstart whatever it is you're trying to do with your social media platforms. But going back to that, like, it's crazy how so many small businesses would rather pay so much money to do like a billboard when billboards aren't really seen anymore. Yeah. Not really, right? Or pay like a marketing firm to come and film a commercial, which, you know, I'm not saying don't do that. Marketing firms need to make their money too. Sure. Right? People still watch commercials. However, I don't. Right? I know, neither do I. Yeah. But I know we stream everything. But however, you know, social media marketing, everyone's on their phone. Yep. Everybody, you know, we're not supposed to be on our phone when we drive, but I see people still watching stuff on their phone when they're driving. Yep. So think about how many more people your brand can reach using social media marketing. And so for me, like, I can't stress that enough. If you're a small to medium business, that's more affordable for you to do. For sure. And you know, and you just heard us earlier talking about how we should charge more, and sometimes we don't. You can find influencers who would do it for a barter. Like, depending on what products you sell or what services you offer, you never know what that can get you anyhow. So shout out to all the influencers who are helping small to medium businesses make a bigger name for themselves. But yeah, so I agree. Like, the following that we have, working with the Brahmas, going to, you know, the Period Palooza events. Like, I met Gabby, I've met Olivia. Like, Jorge has a huge following. I met Chris, who is
Eat Migos?
Yes. And then, oh God, who else? Eric.
Okay.
Eric. Anyway.
Yeah.
I've met some pretty huge influencers here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Just by doing what I'm doing. And I've been able to collaborate with Jorge, who has a big following, and he's the same like us. Like, he's like, you know what? I want to help you. Like, I want to help you get your following. You know, tag me as a collaborator. I don't care if that's going to help you out. Then, and so, you know, meeting people like that by doing the things that I'm doing, like, I'm jump starting. Like, this is only the beginning.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's so much more to accomplish for me. And I tell people, like, I may be almost close to mid-age. I'm 44, but I feel like this is just the beginning. Like, I am living now.
Yeah.
I love my kids and I loved being a mom, but I feel like this Christy right now, and I know this word is a cliche now, everyone's saying it, but this Christy era is my shit. Like, I'm enjoying my life right now. I'm not saying I don't have struggles. We all do.
Yeah.
We just talked about some earlier, but everything that I've been doing lately, I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun. I'm so glad I met you. Yes. I met Alyssa. I met all the people that I've met that are, you know, doing kind of the same thing. Like, it's so, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I just love the people that I've met along the way.
Yeah.
And I'm having fun doing everything, and I want more. So if you need content, come ask me, because I'm pretty affordable.
Yeah. You definitely, like, support her for sure. Like, share, follow,
and it's fun.
Yeah,
it's so much fun.
No, I've been in rooms that I never thought I would be in.
Yeah,
and met people that I never thought I would meet.
Yep.
Just doing this, and because I love it. Is it work? Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Does it take up 99% of my day? Yes, but I really do love it.
It's fun work
at the end of the day. And then people are like, "Well, what about, like, your career?" And I'm like, "It's there. It's not going anywhere."
But and like, that's why I like. Well, yeah. Oh, you mean like your medical career, right? Yeah, but that's why I like what you do, because we are kind of similar in the same, right? We're both doing what we're both doing is highlighting local small businesses, which we need, right? Yes. We have so many foodies here, and you know, and I mean, and nothing negative towards the foodies. I love it. We need those foodies because San Antonio is like a food industry. Like we're a melting pot is what they say. So we have so many, you know, different foods from different countries. Yeah. It's amazing. But the way that you and I do our content is more like all around. So you have your Foodie Friday. I love that. I love that you gave it the title. I look forward to watching your Foodie Fridays.
Thank you.
But you do more than that. Like, you touch on so many different other, you know, industries in the business community. So I mean, to have more of that spotlighting on our local businesses is what we need.
For sure. Yeah, and I love that you're doing more of it too. Yeah. Because there's so many businesses that you can help. Yep. And like not, well, you specifically, but you out there, like, that y'all can help, that y'all can support, and y'all can, you know, just show love to. And if it doesn't fit your niche, it might fit somebody else's. Like, just share it. And y'all don't realize the power of sharing.
Oh, like, my gosh, yeah.
Because the time it takes for us to not just film, but to edit, to get our outfits together, our hair together, to drive, to park, to whatever, to get like, and then put it all together and then put it out. Y'all see this 90-second reel that took hours
in the making. Yep.
Right. And that's not including editing. Like, my Foodie Fridays take 2 to 3 hours for me to edit every week. So I love when people are like, "Oh my gosh, I love that," or I went there because of you, because I saw it. Like, yes.
Well, that's why I went to that recess place.
Yes.
Because you did yours there. So so I was like, "Oh, I want to check that out. That looks like fun."
Yeah.
And then I did one.
Yeah.
And what did I do? I didn't copy her. I made it my own.
Yes.
However, that gave the establishment more engagement, more views, more recognition. Like, oh wow, that's place. Because I had a couple of people who messaged me saying, oh, where is that place? Like literally the address is in the video, but here you go.
But people don't listen or watch or read. But but I love that. And I've always said it, like I will always support somebody. We can be doing the exact same thing in the exact same lane, and I'm gonna support you because you are you and I'm me.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And if you're doing it for the right reasons, I'm doing it for the right reasons. That's all that matters.
Like, it's so funny because speaking of that, so do you follow Brad the Realtor?
No.
Oh my God, you need to follow him. He's hilarious. So he does.
Wait, is it the one that does like smart ass, like
when he goes to tour a home?
Yeah, and he's like, this is a big ass door.
Yeah. Okay. So, but he's been so successful at that.
Yeah.
But that's him.
Yeah.
And then you see all these other realtors trying to do the same thing, and it's kind of cringe.
Yeah.
And so he made a short content, like a short like video about it, where he's on his phone and he's like, literally, this was me this morning. He goes and, you know, it's someone else, another realtor saying, you see this house behind me? Fuck that house behind me. Fuck. And I'm like, and I saw that video and I'm like, yeah. And I said, bro, it's because they're trying to be like you.
Yeah.
And that's what I talked about in the interview I had with Maritza, is like, it's okay to take like inspiration from somebody, but make it your own.
Yes.
Like, see now, like you're that, I don't want to hear that in a video.
Yeah. Like
Brad makes it entertaining, and he's careful with what word he chooses to use and where, because that's also a thing too. Like you have to think about, like, okay, you want to use the word fuck? Okay, well, let's see, how are you going to use it? Like, so anyway, it was funny, but that's facts. It's so facts, because you can't copy exactly what someone else is doing.
Yeah.
Take inspiration, but make it your own.
Yeah.
And also start putting captions on more of your videos, because some people, they don't want to click the button to hear it, or maybe they can't listen at the time. I don't know. That's just me. I love captions, but also Gary Vee says that too. So.
Yeah. So like, and that's true. So like my short form stuff, captions all day.
Yeah.
But like my foodie stuff, because it's food.
Well, that's different. Yeah.
I'm trying to show that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but definitely yes. Yeah. Because I'm the same way. Like I'm busy as shit. If I can have it open, like, but I can read it.
Exactly.
I'm still like listening to music or talking to somebody or doing whatever, like, but I can read it.
Yeah.
So yes, please caption.
Because women are multitasking queens.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. No, and also like, I won't say what conversation and who I was having it with, but
say it. Oh, I'm kidding.
One day I will. Not at the moment.
Off camera.
But so here's the thing: you think that you're getting the information out there that your organization is doing, right? Like you think you're doing that, but it's in articles, or it's in still shots, or it's, you know, a caption with a still shot, and yeah, some people may be clicking on that link and reading the article to see what, you know, you did, but people don't realize how big videos are right now. Like people want to see. People want to feel like they're there.
Yep.
Like for you to make content, video content, like raw organic content with some of the things that you're doing for your organization, throwing the captions in there too, that's going to bring more awareness to what you're doing, what you're selling, what you're providing, etc. Please think about the differences between posting a caption and a video, because you can do both.
For sure. Like
I've posted videos where it's engaging, like you feel like you're there, you know what it looks like. So now somebody wants to go visit this restaurant or this bar or this club, or now somebody wants to go, you know, hire this person to be a photographer, whatever it is, right? Show exactly what they're doing, because why else do people watch reality TV? They're curious. It's interesting. And then with that video, you can still put your caption, a call to action. Anyway. Yeah. It's big.
Yeah.
But because I don't have my degree, nobody believes me.
No, you don't need a degree for what?
No, that's just from this one particular.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Dale los ojos. Give them the face. Yeah. But no, I Look, guys, I didn't go to school for social media marketing. Sorry, I'm 44. It wasn't an option back then. But I've done, my research. I have experience, and I think that's far more than what we gain in school.
Like, it is life experience.
Yeah.
I'm not a journalist. I didn't go to school for journalism.
Right.
But that's my title.
Yeah.
With a newspaper that I work with. And I rock it. But I'm very open and honest, and I tell people, like, I'm not a journalist.
No.
I do not consider myself a journalist. If that's the case, if you want to label it, I'll say I'm a street journalist.
I like that.
Yeah, because like that's what I am. Like, I just like thugged it out and was like, all right, let's go.
I love that.
But I did not go to school. I don't have proper training.
Yeah.
Right. I don't have a degree.
But that's what's more interesting though, because, and I'm gonna say the words again, but it's raw and organic. Yeah. Like it's not like this just in. It's not like the news voices and no. It's more personable.
Yeah.
Right?
And people want that. Yeah. People gravitate towards what's relatable. Yeah. So like, oh, that person looks like me, or that person sounds like me, or that person's doing something that I would do, and it's all about relatability and being raw. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'm not as raw as I could be. My bloopers are wild. But like, because I can't be, because there's also certain brands or businesses that are following me that don't want to hear me say certain things.
And it's not saying we're not educated. We're definitely educated, especially Natasha, Dr. Gonzalez. She is educated. I'm a published author. Like, I'm good with communications. Yeah. I know how to write. I know how to copyright. Like, I know how to do that stuff. I don't have to have a degree to know what I'm doing when it comes to that. Yeah. And so that's why I made my portfolio, and I have all the work that I've done before. So look, I don't have the bachelor's. I have an associate's though.
That's all that matters.
I know I don't have the bachelor's, but I have the experience. Yeah. And like I said, for me, that's like when you graduated college with your degree, you didn't know everything there was to know about what you were going to do. You learned a lot of it when you were on the job, right?
Oh yeah, in the field.
Yeah. So, and then I have passion. You can't teach passion, guys.
You cannot. Nope. You can't teach personality or passion.
Nope. For all those companies who are like, oh, well, you don't have a bachelor's, sorry, we're moving on. You're missing out on good people.
For sure.
Sorry. God, I got a little louder there.
No, do it. Say it.
What are you doing?
What's that water doing?
I know, right? It's lemonade. Limonada?
Yeah. No, but it's true, though.
Yeah.
And that's, like, I haven't been able to find a job because people are like, oh, your resume is great. You seem great. But you don't have experience. Like,
how do you expect us to get experience? Oh, my God. That's so frustrating.
I'm like,
you want me to work for free?
Yeah, but I'm like, you have to understand, not only is there a shortage on mental health professionals, but tell me how many like young-ish Latinas are out there.
Exactly.
I'll wait. And
and
that are hungry to work,
Well, not only that, since we're talking about that and that's what you're wanting to do, that's amazing, because you know what I don't know what prompted me to Google it, or should I say ChatGPT it. I wanted to know what is, and this is the conversation we had that one night, what is the, what did I say? What's the average or typical Latina trauma, like the young Latina trauma? And when you look it up, the percentage all leads to sexual abuse. So when I'm looking for a therapist, which I've only had one really, because I tried the first one I tried, horrible, and I think I told you about it. Like, she was apologetic. I don't need you to be apologetic as my therapist.
Yeah, don't pity me.
Exactly, like applaud me. Say, oh my God, like to see where I'm at now. Like, if you guys knew the things that I went through as a child. Everyone says I'm so happy, I'm so bubbly, I'm a positive person. Like, I do. If you would know the things that I went through, you would be like, oh my God, how is she so happy?
No, but same, yeah.
There's so many other women, and not just women. Like, unfortunately, it happens to boys too. But there's so many of us that are from the Hispanic culture that have the same background. And for us to seek help, which is unlike our culture. I mean, number one, it's probably because we didn't have money growing up, and number two, because our parents and our parents' parents didn't believe in therapy.
Yeah, it's a stigma.
No, yeah, like suck it up and move on, right? But when I'm seeking a therapist or anyone to help me, counselor, whatever it is, I want them to be kind of like me.
Exactly.
Like, I want you to understand where I'm coming from a little bit. Like, I don't need you to have gone through the same trauma.
Right.
So,
but cultural awareness.
Yeah.
But then also, again, relatability. I don't mean to cut you off.
No. That's exactly like, see, that she's got her. She's smart. No, but that's, so I listened to, one of the podcasters I listened to is Ed Milet. And he doesn't take credit for it, but he says I'm probably not going to get it right. I'm probably going to like mess it up. But basically, the things that you've went through, right? So basically, you can help the people. God, I gotta look it up.
So like things that happen to you don't make you who you are. They're things that happen.
No, like you are the best person to help somebody who's going through what you've went through.
Oh yes,
but not like that. He says it different. But basically, my bad, guys. I got it now.
But that is true.
Yeah. So, and that's what I mean. Like, so the first person I tried therapy with was. She was Anglo. She was a white woman, which, like, I'm not saying white people can't go through that. They can. However, what turned me off with her is she was like, oh my God. When I told her everything that I had went through, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That turned me off.
So I will say that in our training, that is a way for us to help empathize with our patient, to not necessarily be that apologetic, but to empathize and say, I'm sorry that you went through that. However,
the tone.
Right.
Yes.
However, I'm so glad that you become resilient and blah, 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 blah.
Her tone,
right?
No.
Right.
Oh my, and it was a virtual.
It's a pity thing that's
It
different.
was. Yeah. It was a virtual, so like seeing her face.
Yeah.
I was like, and I think I did that. I was like, I did that. And like I cut her off pretty early on, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this. But the only reason I took that therapy session is because I promised my daughter, if you do one, I'll do one.
Yeah.
Like, mommy has never wanted to do therapy because I don't want people unlocking shit that I don't want unlocked. Like, I have it in there. It's packed away. It's locked in a filing cabinet, and I don't want to remember it. If my brain says we're keeping that shit in there, Christy, I mean, I'm with you. Keep it in there.
You got to process things.
Yeah, but that's my fear. Like, I know that there's things that happen to me that I might not remember, at least visually, and I don't want to. So that was my fear. But yes, exactly. You do have to process things, and I can't say that I'm okay if I haven't tackled all of it, right?
Correct.
I can't 100% say, yeah, I'm healed if I haven't tackled it all. Like, I'm writing a book right now. It's taken me a really long time, but I'm writing a book about that. And I had to ask my mom and my sisters, permission because, some of it is family related. And so, talking to my mom and asking her a couple of things to kind of plug in some timeline things, right? And she said something that happened where I remembered what happened, but not that specific detail. And my stomach, like, because I pictured myself as a little girl, and I pictured that, like, happening to me.
Yeah.
Like, and I kind of, like, broke down inside, not in front of her.
Yeah.
Like, my eyes did get watery, but I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Like, yeah, So it's things like that where I may have not remembered little details. And so when I hear it, it kind of brings it all back to me. But then I work through it. I process through it. Like, good. I always have said I therapize myself very well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't need a therapist, because me and my daughter were seeing this one, and God, he was amazing. He just doesn't take insurance in, so that's expensive.
It is.
But he's our cup of tea, because he's got dark humor, and he throws out curse words here and there, and so he's our cup of tea. Like, I don't want sugarcoat. Like, I want you to be you. How would you help anyone else? Like, help me like that.
Right.
And so that's what I mean by, and this is a white older man. He's an older white man.
Yeah.
And he was our cup of tea. So it has nothing to do with race, culture. No. I mean, not so much, but just you I guess adapt to your people, right? Like, adapt to whoever it is you're helping in a sense.
It really comes down to cultural awareness.
Yeah.
And so there was a full class on that, on culture, and which I think is super important. But like you said, there's already a stigma, right? So would you rather, and not you specifically, but you right out there, go to, let's say you're Latina, right? Young Latina. Would you feel more comfortable with a 85-year-old Anglo man, or somebody who looks like you and sounds like you and is about your age? Like, what would make you more apt to continue? And so there's proven, there's data to support that 80% or up to 80% of people will stop going after the first appointment because it's an immediate, it's like dating, right? I don't think this is going to work. And they dip out. And then they never go again because they have that one experience.
Exactly.
So having to fight that and break down that wall. And so, like, if you come into my office and you see me, and I'm like, hey, girl, what's up? Like, sit down. We're going to talk. Now, I'm not going to talk about myself because I can't. But I can relate when it's appropriate.
But, and that's exactly what happened. It almost happened. That's exactly what almost happened to us. We tried it, and we were almost one and done. And so, to answer that question specifically, I'll answer, guys. Before meeting this therapist that we did go to consistently, 4 sessions, I think we did 4 sessions with him, I would have said, because I think he was in his 60s, older white guy, like I said, and I probably would have been like, I'm not going to go see an older white guy. But I looked at his page, his website, and he has some of his patients, like, reviews. Of course, they don't say the patient's name, but he's got reviews on there. And, the curse words are, like, with the ampersand, all that stuff, like, be bleeped out, right? And the way he paragraphed how he helps people, I was like, okay, this dude sounds cool. Like, we'll take a stab at it. So I told Alyssa, and then I found him from a friend of mine who goes to him, and she said he's done such amazing things for me and my son, and I'm like, okay, I'll try it. And he's good. He is freaking legit.
Which there's nothing wrong. By the way, like, please don't at me. There's nothing wrong with going to somebody of, like, a different opposite sex or a different culture. Not at all. But it really does come down to like, can you relate with your patient? And sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes the patient's like, oh my God, I love you, and from the provider standpoint, I've had to fire a patient. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
And so, it's not comfortable, but you also have to find somebody that's going to work with them.
But that's why I'm saying, like, before, like, to what you were saying, I probably wouldn't have picked this guy.
Right.
But
it's really just,
I'm glad I did,
Of course.
Be open-minded, I guess.
Please. Yeah. It's really just, it's that initial stigma and getting over that first hump of, you know what, I need help. Now I want to seek out help. And then after that is, hey, I might need medication. That's a whole nother hurdle. So, it just, I want, and thank you for kind of, like, bringing that up, is, like, mental health, especially with, like, people, BIPOC people, is like, it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. And it's okay to get help, and it's okay to talk to somebody. And there shouldn't be that stigma. It's like, me as a mother, I want to immediately, like, erase that from my kids. There's no stigma. You want to do it, let's do it. Like, I told my kids, like, they're each in different milestones. Like, I got an elementary, middle school, and high schooler, and so I told the middle schooler and the high schooler, like, I'm gonna get you a counselor. Not because you need it, you've had a great life, but there are things that you're gonna want to talk to somebody about that you're not gonna want to talk to me about.
Right.
But you still need to process and get tools, so I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help find somebody.
And I think that's good. Like, that's what I was telling, I forgot who I was talking to. Like, you don't have to be messed up to see a therapist.
Not at all.
You can be clear-minded, happy-go-lucky, positive individual. And still see a therapist to stay that way.
Right.
Like, I mean,
you're really just getting tools for life to help set you up for success. So when you do have hard times, you have those tools to get through it. And that's really all that it is.
I know back then it was different, but I only wish, I had my son start therapy, I think his high school, like when he was in high school. And that, oh God, that was difficult. Like, you know, having to talk to my ex-husband about it because, you know, he was a minor. He even though we're not married, he's our son. Like, you know, me and Ricky were on board with it. And, but I talked to my ex-husband and I was like, hey, so what do you think? He goes, yeah. You know, he was supportive of it, even though his family more than my family would definitely like have never done that back then. But it's like you said, it's getting rid of the stigma and also, you know, changing the course of what the family helped me out with, like generational curses and stuff like
generational trauma.
There you go. Yeah, like changing that. Like just because, you know, we're growing up in the Hispanic culture doesn't mean we have to go through that. So, you know,
correct.
I pride myself and I'm so happy that I did what I was supposed to do and protect my kids and to make sure that they were never in that environment. I was very cautious of who was in our house, whose house they were going to. Oh my gosh, I love all the TikToks that make fun of Latina moms because my kids are always sending it to me. Like, you know, it was fine for whoever wanted to stay at our house, but whenever like my kids wanted to go stay with someone else, I'd be like, whose house is it? I don't know this person. No, you can't go. And they'd be like, why? Like, I don't know who these people are. Facts. What if something happens? Like,
well, and even like police officers have said, and detectives have said, like, as a you know, law enforcement person, one thing I'll never do is let my kids, number one, spend the night at somebody else's house.
See, and it's
because of all the shit that they've seen, and even like pediatric trauma nurses and doctors for that same reason. Yeah,
see, and it's like, it's nothing. My ex-husband is an amazing part. Like, we get along great. You know, he was bitter for a couple of years, but he's a good person. Like, we split because we were different people. We were high school sweethearts, but the family dynamic that we have between myself, my husband now, my ex-husband, and the kids, like, we raised them together. We co-parented very well. Yeah. But when my ex-husband and I were together and I used to be like that, he would be like, this is because, you know, you went through what you went through. And I was like, no, it's not. Yeah, that's but he grew from it. He apologized and he grew from it. And he was like, you know what, you're right. You're just trying to protect the kids. I said, I am. I'm trying to be cautious. Like, because it's always, I don't know what the number is, but I'm just going to say, like, more than 50% of the time, it's the family members.
Oh, yeah.
And I never meant any disrespect to the family members that came over. That was just me protecting my kids.
Yeah, and it's a much higher percentage. It is. Somebody who is sexually assaulted like, it's a super high percentage. I don't know exactly, so I don't want to be, like, called out.
Right, but, I know. Like ChatGPT?
Yeah, but it's a really high percentage, and it's somebody that you know. Yeah. Whether it be family, friend, whatever. Yeah. So it's sad, but we do have to protect our kids no matter what. So I'm mama bear all the way. Like, me too. Like, don't try it. Yeah, gloves
don't
are
make
off.
me take these hoops off.
Yeah, these are baby hoops today, but I'll take them off.
I know. I joke, but I know that my mind would be clouded in the event that happened.
Oh, for sure.
And I would definitely react without any fear of repercussions, right?
Like, absolutely. I'm going to prison.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's hope that the jury would side with us.
Well, yeah, for sure.
But no, like, it's crazy, guys. If you're not parents, you have no idea what it feels like. Like, there's good and there's bad, but dang, like, it's mama bear all the way. I think that's the best phrase anyone's ever come up with, like, mama bear. Yeah. But yeah, like, and then the fact that I had both my kids graduate high school and they didn't get pregnant or get anyone pregnant.
Yeah, win.
Good job. Good job, Christine. You know, the high school I went to in Corpus, there was a daycare in our high school.
That's wild.
Yeah. Like, so, and I almost did it. I almost had a teenage pregnancy, and thank God my mom, you know, did what she did to prevent it, even though I was so close. Yeah. So, I know, Mom, I was so angry with you for making me do that, but I'm glad that I did. Yeah. It was traumatic. However, when I think about, you know, what would have happened or who I would have been, then I wouldn't have accomplished everything that I did. Like, I ended up playing sports, soccer, softball. I wasn't the best at neither of those. I did drill team and cheerleading. I was the homecoming queen. Like, I did stuff. I was a good girl. Like, I did, it's just having the support system there is so important. And the confidence. I can't stress that enough. Like, we need to give our children, not just little girls, but we need to give our children all the confidence that they need at a young age.
Absolutely.
Let them know they can be and do whatever it is that they want, as long as they put their mind to it and put the work in.
Yep.
Don't tell your kid, you can't do that.
Yeah.
My kids will probably laugh and say, what, Mom, you did that? No, I didn't. So when my son tried playing soccer, I was like, honey, that might not be your sport. Let's try something else. So that's what I would do. But, like, I put them in everything. Yeah. I put them in every sport so they can try it. And they both really, they liked basketball. Alyssa loved volleyball more than anything. See, but I never played that because we didn't have it, so I couldn't help with that. But, they did good. They did really good. I'm proud of who my kids are. They are their own person, and sometimes they make poor choices, but, that's how we all learn.
For sure.
I'm still making mistakes.
Girl, same. I think
Let's drink to that.
I know.
Let's drink to still growing and still learning.
That's all that matters. As long as you're continuing to evolve, then I'm with it.
Uy, chingo, qué fuerte. Yeah.
Why do we keep doing that?
I don't know. I know. And the last little trago I took, I was like, whoo,
sweating. That's how I feel right now.
It's the lights.
No, well, it's actually been like, I think you're my longest episode.
Stop.
Swear to God.
Sorry.
No. No, don't be sorry. Like, it's getting really juicy right now, but
I know.
No, but I wanna continue, like, when you win, putting it out there. And bring it back with your crown.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but you have to wear yours too.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So no, I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you. I love everything that you're doing in and for the community. And it's like, I know you're older than me, like, by age, but age is a number, right? But, like, I'm like, come here. Like, I want to help.
Yeah.
I want to support. I want to, like, show love, and, like, anything that I can do to help. We're both still growing. We're both still learning. So, just, I don't know.
But I and it's funny because I am older than most of my close friends.
You don't feel like it, though.
I don't, because I don't act like it. And like we just said, we're all still growing and still learning. So I feel like I learn a lot from the women in my life, and so for sure, I'll put my head on your bosom. Las chichas. Vamos a las chichas.
Yeah.
No,
come here, baby.
I love that. And, just like we nurture our kids, we need to nurture our relationships.
Oh, my God.
All relationships.
Yes. Always be watering.
Yeah. So if you're my friend and I haven't reached out to you, call me out. I'm sorry. Things are busy right now.
No, yeah. You're going to be the next girl till February. You're going to be insane. Excuse me.
I'm so excited, though.
I'm super excited for you. It's going to be fantastic. Yes. Get it ready, girl.
Someone
Get it ready.
said to pretend like you're doing that. I was
like,
okay.
It's like this.
Yeah.
Get your smile ready, because we'd be under a bridge and all of us would be like and then like we come out the bridge and we're like just a huge smile.
I was like,
yeah. Just a huge smile. Yeah. But girl, our like jaws will be hurting. So yeah. We'll talk. I'll help. I'll give you like tips and tricks.
Yes. No, all of them. Yeah. Like, especially shoes.
Girl, that
I don't want to hurt. I don't want my feet to hurt.
We had like diamond shoes, like I forgot the name of the brand, but anyway, me and Alyssa have them.
Comfortable.
Hell yeah.
I need that.
Hell yeah. And then I had like light up laces for like the night parades.
Ooh,
yeah. Boots I did like one time. Heels I did one time.
Oh my God, wait, real quick. So when I was the Twine Queen and my husband, I've never done a San Antonio parade. I've done the Corpus ones. And Ricky was like, babe, what shoes are you gonna wear? And I was like, I don't know. I guess my tennies, right? Like, just to be comfortable, because the dress was long enough. And he was like, no. He's like, they're gonna be like, show me your shoes. I was like, what? And so he looked it up. I was like, what? That's crazy. So I got like the shiny metallic silver shoes that had the light up on the bottom.
Oh yeah.
It died right as we were taking off, they died. And I was like, no. I was so mad.
You do have to wait.
I know. And so the twang, some of the twang staff that was there walking on with us had some like little like string lights. And so they real quick, like they took care of us. They jumped too and threw me some of the lights to put on my tennis shoes. I was so mad, but again, like this year I started with like it is what it is. Like don't fret about anything. So anyway, so we're going and like there's no lights on the bottom, but I do have the little light stringy things. And so I was like, yeah, show me your shoes. So I kept on. And then the next day I woke up and I was like, like, God, why do I hurt? And then boom. Vieja.
No.
Because you're like that on the one hip. Show me your shoes. Show me your shoes.
You're going to be so sore.
Hey, so if you were in that crowd
you're
on
welcome.
the flambeau parade. Yeah, number one, you're welcome. But if you're a masseuse, you owe me a massage.
For sure. No, you're going to be sore. Especially on the boat because you have to even out your weight. Like evenly distribute. So you have to keep shifting. And
See, I need to go on a boat before. Because I haven't done it in a long time. So I need to do that. But
let me see if there's something coming up. I don't even know if I get invited to stuff anymore, but okay, so how do people follow you? How do they reach out to you?
I'm very active on Instagram right now, Kward210, because I'm trying to grow that one. On TikTok, it's latina.mom. And then LinkedIn, Christy Ward. Facebook, same. YouTube, you can find me either latina.mom and Kward210.
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
Did I say everything?
I think so. Yeah.
Or just call her and she'll call me.
Yeah, it's true. Thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I want to bring you back on once you've won and all of that with the crown and all that. So, anything you want to say to your family, friends?
I don't know. I love everybody. And I'm enjoying everything that I'm doing. And if you want us to show up at your next event, let us know.
Literally. No, we'll be there and we're a great time.
No. Oh, I will say, Great Day SA, I want to be a host one day. So I would love to be a TV personality. I'm pretty funny.
You definitely should.
I know.
Call her.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. It'll get there one day.
And then bring me on because I'm like the one person who hasn't been on there. I'm all Yahweh.
Claro que sí. What?
Yeah, I've never been.
Why?
I don't know. Never been invited.
Great Day SA. Just kidding.
Yeah. I was maybe as a queen. No.
Actually, they should do a segment and like have like so many years there, right? Like maybe the past 3 years after COVID or something like that. Yeah, that would be cool. There's so many people in this town that don't know what Riverwalk royalty is.
I know. That's why I really thought that they were gonna push for us to like be on there, and they didn't at all.
Okay, well you heard it here. I need all the news stations to get Riverwalk royalty. The past and present,
and future,
whatever. And future. So that way, more people know about the cause and what it is we're doing and why we're doing it.
For sure.
Yeah, and I'll leave it with that.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Love you so much.
I love you. She's so amazing.
Thank you. You are too.
Let's wait. We gotta finish it on camera.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we gotta finish it. To the future.
Dale gas. All right. Thank you to Vapa Media for housing and producing, and to Latina Podcast Network for having your network. Guys, please like, share, follow, do all the things, like, subscribe. Please follow, support, and show love to my friend Christy. Again, congratulations on the future, to our future. Yes. We're going to do it. We're going to rock it out.
Claro que
take
sí.
over the city.
Yep.
One day at a time.
Yeah.
And then the world. I'm taking over the world. All right. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.